Long ago, at the very heart of a quiet African village, stood an ancient baobab tree, older than memory itself. Its massive trunk carried the marks of time, and its wide branches stretched toward the sky as if reaching for the heavens. The villagers believed this was no ordinary tree. They said it was a sacred home, a place where the spirits of their ancestors lived, watching, guiding, and protecting those who still remembered them. Beneath the shade of the great baobab, elders would gather the children and speak in calm, steady voices. They told stories of those who came before, wise men, brave women, and generations whose lives were woven into the roots of the land. They warned that the tree must never be harmed, for it carried the spirit of the past. To disrespect it was to forget who you are and where you come from. Among the listeners was a young man named Kofi, strong, bold, and filled with pride. He listened, but not with belief. In his heart, he dismissed the elders' words as old tales meant to frighten children. He believed strength came from courage alone, not from honoring unseen spirits or forgotten voices. One afternoon, with the sun high and the village quiet, Kofi made a reckless decision. Determined to prove his bravery, he walked toward the sacred baobab with an axe in his hand. Without hesitation, without respect, he struck the tree. The sound echoed through the air, heavy, unnatural, as the blade cut into the ancient bark. In that very moment, the wind rose suddenly, swirling through the village with a force no one had felt before. The leaves trembled violently, and the ground beneath Kofi's feet began to shake. A deep, echoing presence filled the air, not seen but felt. The spirit of the old baobab had awakened. From within the hollow of the tree, a soft glow began to emerge. Shapes formed, figures of light, ancient and calm. The voices of the ancestors spoke, not in anger but in deep, powerful truth. They reminded Kofi that a people who forget their roots lose their direction, that strength without respect is empty, and pride without wisdom leads to downfall. Kofi's heart pounded as fear replaced his pride. His hands trembled, and his strength felt small before the presence of those who had come before him. He fell to his knees, overwhelmed by the weight of his actions. For the first time he understood that the elders' words were not stories. They were truth. In the days that followed, the balance of the land began to shift. The skies darkened, but no rain fell. Crops weakened, rivers slowed, and unease spread through the village. The elders knew the cause. The ancestors had been disrespected, and the harmony between the living and the past had been broken. Filled with deep regret, Kofi returned to the baobab, not with pride, but with humility. He brought offerings of water, kola nuts, and sincere prayers. His voice, once bold and careless, was now quiet and heavy with remorse. He begged the ancestors for forgiveness, promising to honor their wisdom and never again forget his roots. As the first light of dawn touched the land, something began to change. The winds softened, the air grew calm, and slowly the wound in the baobab tree began to close. The rains returned, gentle at first, then steady and strong. Life flowed back into the village, and peace was restored once more. And so the people carried this lesson through generations, that those who honor their ancestors remain rooted in wisdom and strength, but those who forget where they come from risk losing themselves entirely, for the past is never truly gone. It lives quietly within us, guiding those who choose to listen.